Max Payne, 2001, Max Payne. Max Payne's life is basically what happens when the universe decides to ruin someone's day forever. He used to be a normal NYPD detective, living the good life with his wife and newborn daughter. Then one day, his whole world collapsed when his family was murdered because of a shady drug called a Valkyr. Talk about going from American dream to American nightmare in record time. After losing them, Max joined the DEA and went undercover to fight organized crime. But instead of becoming a cool undercover hero, he got framed for killing his partner. Now the police wanted him locked up, and the mafia wanted him dead. With nothing left to lose, he turned into a full-on vigilante, running on caffeine, painkillers, and pure revenge. Deep down, Max just wants love, peace, and maybe a nap without nightmares. But his guilt and grief have hollowed him out. Life keeps punching him in the face. He's lost his family, job, partner, and reputation, basically everything except his bad luck. Secret groups and evil corporations keep dragging him into their twisted plans. In his hunt for revenge, he gave up any chance of happiness. His story hits peak tragic when he finally kills Nicole Horn, the woman behind Valkyr and his family's deaths, inside a collapsing skyscraper. You'd think revenge would fix things, but nope. Nothing changes except his body count. In the end, Max surrenders to the cops. He's left with no family, no future, just memories that haunt him like a broken record. Ellie, 2020. The Last of Us Part 2. Ellie is one tough girl trying to survive in a world that's completely broken. It's not just zombie-like infected chasing her, but also humans acting worse than monsters. In The Last of Us Part 2, she lives in Jackson, Wyoming with Joel, who raised her like a daughter. But everything falls apart when Joel is brutally killed by Abby. From that moment, Ellie wants only revenge, dragging her girlfriend Dina and friend Tommy along because therapy apparently doesn't exist. Deep down, Ellie just wants love, peace, and maybe a normal breakfast without someone bleeding out. For a while, she tries to live quietly on a farm with Dina and her baby, but happiness isn't allowed in her life. Her grief and trauma always come knocking like unwanted guests. Ellie has been through hell. She's seen violence, death, betrayal, losing Joel, Jesse, Tommy's safety, and even Dina's trust. Every kill takes away a piece of who she used to be. When she finally spares Abby's life, it seems like her big mercy moment, but life just laughs at her. Dina leaves and her tiny shot at happiness disappears. Her lowest point comes in Santa Barbara, where she almost chokes Abby to death but stops after seeing Joel in her mind. She lets Abby go, hoping it'll fix something. Spoiler, it doesn't. She comes home to an empty farmhouse, Dina gone, and she can't even play her guitar anymore because she's lost her fingers. Talk about the worst game over ever. In the HBO show, it gets even darker. She accidentally kills a pregnant woman named Mel and can't save the baby, leaving her with guilt that sticks like gum to a shoe. In the end, there's no redemption for Ellie. Just pain, loss, and regrets that never stop following her. Johann Liebert, 2004, monster anime adaptation. Johann Liebert is the mysterious and super creepy villain in Monster. The story takes place in post-Cold War Germany. Johann starts off as a quiet little boy who is saved by Dr. Kenzo Tenma after being shot. Though this might seem innocent at first, it turns out that he grows up to be a charming genius-level sociopath. On the outside, he's calm and polite, but inside he's as empty as an expired snack packet. He acts like he wants to connect with people, especially his twin sister Nina. But deep down, he just wants to wipe himself out of existence completely, leaving behind nothing but an invisible ghost to haunt the world forever. His life was messed up from the start. He survived horrible eugenics experiments at Kinderheim 511, and then decided mass murder was a fun weekend hobby. Life treated him unfairly, stripping away his identity and leaving him feeling like the nameless monster from his childhood storybook. Talk about childhood stories ruining your entire personality. Johann's worst moment is during the Ruhenheim massacre. When he finds out Bonaparte ruined his past, he snaps and causes a massive bloodbath, destroying countless lives and Nina's sanity along the way. After all the chaos in the end, Johann escapes from the hospital. He's alive, unpunished, and totally alone. His final victory? Being the creepiest guy to ever disappear into silence. BoJack Horseman, 2014. BoJack Horseman. BoJack Horseman is a washed-up sitcom star stuck in the shiny but toxic world of Hollywood. Hollywood. He was once the beloved lead of a cheesy 90s family show, but now he spends his days drowning in alcohol, drugs, and regret. Behind all the fame, BoJack is deeply lonely. He craves real love, peace, and a place where he truly belongs. But life has been rough since childhood. He grew up with neglectful, emotionally abusive parents who made him feel like he was never enough. Turns out, childhood trauma doesn't magically disappear just because you get a star on the Walk of Fame. He's sacrificed a lot, but not in a heroic way. He pushes away friends and lovers, ruins careers, and hurts anyone who gets too close. He betrayed people like Herb and Gina, and his reckless choices led to Sarah Lynn's overdose, something he can never forgive himself for. His darkest moment comes when he almost dies in his old family home's pool. After confessing everything on TV and losing his money, respect, and career, he overdoses. In his hallucination, he sees all the ghosts from his past and feels completely trapped by his regrets. Though he survives and tries to fix some relationships, the damage is done. He gains some clarity, but he can't undo all the pain he caused. His future is uncertain, stuck somewhere between hope and the mess he calls life. Thorfinn, 2019, Vinland Saga anime. Thorfinn's story in Vinland Saga is about a young Viking boy thrown into a world full of violence and chaos. Born in Iceland, he watches his father Thors get killed by a mercenary named Askeladd. From then on, Askeladd becomes this weird mix of his mentor and the guy he wants to stab every single day. Thorfinn grows up fighting brutal battles across Europe, driven only by his rage and need for revenge. But all that anger slowly eats him up inside, like bad sushi you regret later. Deep down, Thorfinn doesn't want to spend his life killing people. He dreams of peace, family, and a place far away from all the bloodshed, like Vinland, which his father described as a calm, beautiful land. But chasing revenge cost him everything: his childhood, his purpose, and any chance at love or happiness. After years of killing, his world falls apart. Askeladd dies, but not by Thorfinn's hand, leaving him with no reason to live. He ends up a broken slave, haunted by everyone he's ever hurt. His saddest moment comes during the farm arc. He promises never to fight again, but ends up breaking that vow to protect his friends. Turns out pacifism is hard when swords are flying at your face. Later, when he tries to build a peaceful colony in Vinland, his dream is crushed when his friend Einar is accidentally killed in a fight with native Mi'kmaq people. In the end, Thorfinn does build a home there, but it costs him more than he ever imagined. His dream stays alive, but his soul carries scars that even the beautiful lands of Vinland can't heal. Kino, 2003, Kono's Journey anime remake. Kino travels through a strange and thoughtful world with her talking motorcycle Irmos. She never stays in one place for more than 3 days before moving on. It's like her personal rule to avoid messy goodbyes and awkward friendships. In Kino's journey, this way of living helps her see each country's beauty and darkness without getting too attached. On the outside, Kino seems calm and emotionless, like she's always in do not disturb mode. But deep down, she just wants freedom. Freedom from making tough moral choices and getting tangled in other people's problems. What she really wants is peace, both in the world and in her own heart, as she rides through lands with some truly bizarre customs. Kino has faced a lot of loneliness. She keeps her distance to protect herself, thinking that if she doesn't get close, she won't get hurt. But life isn't that simple. In one country full of human traffickers, she didn't want to get involved, but ended up killing to save innocent lives. That choice haunted her like an annoying ringtone you can't turn off. It made her realize freedom always comes with a price. Even though she keeps moving with her 3-day rule, it starts to feel empty. Every place leaves a scar in her heart. She gains wisdom, sure, but loses her innocence, feeling more tired and alone with each heavy truth she carries on her endless road. Violet Evergarden, 2018. Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden lives in a world trying to recover from war, working as an auto memory doll, which is just a fancy way of saying she writes letters for people who can't put their feelings into words. Before this, she was a child soldier in the brutal Leidenschaftlich army. She fought without thinking twice, and in one battle, she lost both her arms while protecting the only person who ever showed her kindness, Major Gilbert. He gave her a name, taught her how to speak, and told her 3 words she didn't fully understand back then, which were, "I love you." After the war, Violet looks calm and graceful on the outside, like a perfect porcelain doll, but inside she's fragile and broken. She feels haunted because she doesn't know what it truly means to be human, to belong, or to feel emotions like everyone else. Her pain runs deep. Treated like a weapon her whole life, she never had a normal childhood or learned what love really felt like. Losing Major Gilbert to a grenade scarred her forever. His last words telling her to live freely became both her mission and her burden. Thanks, Major, for leaving her with the world's most confusing life goal. Now she writes letters that help strangers express grief, love, and joy. But every letter she writes reopens her own wounds, reminding her how empty she feels inside. Her saddest moment is realizing that no matter how many people she helps, she can't heal her own pain. Each letter that heals others just burns her with self-doubt. She survives and builds connections, but her victories feel hollow. Violet slowly learns empathy, but it costs her emotionally every step of the way. She keeps moving forward, a soldier's soul trying to finally figure out what it really means to feel human. Itachi Uchiha, 2002 Naruto anime. Itachi Uchiha is known as one of the scariest members of the Akatsuki in Naruto. Everyone thinks he's this cold-hearted guy who wiped out his whole clan just to test his little brother Sasuke's strength. But the truth is far more heartbreaking. Itachi was a child genius who saw the horrors of war way too young. Growing up, he carried trauma heavier than his entire clan, combined and watched his people start distrusting the Hidden Leaf Village. By the time he was just 13, he became a secret agent for the village leaders, holding secrets no teenager should ever have to carry. Most kids his age were just worried about homework. All he really wanted was peace. He loved Sasuke more than anything in the world and was ready to destroy his own life and reputation to keep him safe. The pain he went through is unimaginable. Ordered to kill his entire family to stop a civil war, then forced to live as a hated traitor with everyone cursing his name, all while dealing with a chronic illness that was slowly killing him. Talk about life giving him the worst possible deal. His saddest moment comes in his final fight with Sasuke. Itachi lets Sasuke defeat him so his brother can feel stronger. Even while dying, he hides the truth to protect Sasuke's heart. Only after his death does Sasuke find out that Itachi's real motive was love all along. In the end, Itachi gave up everything. His family, his honor, his health, and even his happiness, just so Sasuke could live freely. It's the ultimate tragic big brother move, wrapped in heartbreak and love. But was Itachi really a villain, or just misunderstood like so many others? Because in the next video, we're breaking down fiction's most misunderstood villains who actually deserve to win, explained in just 10 minutes.